Bird Temple at Pelosti. Although Choga is the original state religion in Sensuka, all faiths are tolerated within the empire, provided they do not proselytize. The ban presents a particular challenge for the few surviving adherents of the Luke religion, but they have found an ingenious way around this problem. Unlike the Chogans, who believe the transmigration of the soul to occur only between human lives, the Liku faith believes humans can also return as animals, and animals as humans predisposed to converting to the Liku faith. They in turn will work to win more animal followers until the day that Lukeism is the religion not only of all human beings, but of all living creatures on earth. In Sensuka, Lukites' conversion efforts are largely directed at birds, for which they build dimidini, intricately carved miniature wooden temples, filled with seed to entice the birds inside. Two men, sitting cross-legged on a carpet and looking up intently at the dimidini, are two Lukite devotees appointed to determine exactly how many individual birds attend this place of worship. These they will then enumerate as official converts. To those amused Sensukans who point out that the birds are clearly only visiting the temple for the seeds, the Lukites reply that religion must always endeavor to meet individuals on their own terms. The Cloud Oracle of Marakora. The earliest inhabitants of the region of Sensuka were water worshippers. They looked upon the clouds as constituting the genitals of the great divine water being, from whom all waters originally sprang forth. In Sensuka, the foretelling of future events is obtained through a pleasant and poetic method, the observation of cloud formations, not to be confused with the wholly unrelated and notoriously inaccurate practice of meteorology. Officially appointed priests, always of a very advanced age, spend their entire lives learning how to accurately interpret the prophecies contained within the tumbling masses. Those prophecies are obtained from the great cloud sanctuary of Marakora, located in the eastern suburb of Rialito. The observation of clouds takes place upon a raised terrace at the front of the sanctuary overlooking the bay. At an appointed time each day, a temple priest will take a seat at the center of the platform to observe the passing clouds. He will remain there for a period of up to several hours, dictating all significant observations to a scribe sitting beside him. Thus inscribed in a huge leather-bound book, they can be consulted by the public after being passed to the emperor, so administration of the empire can be made from as informed a perspective as possible. But for the common Sensukian, everything has already been determined. It is already written, up there somewhere in the tumbling battlements of the cumulonimbi or the rippled dunes of the altostratus. Fates are sealed, and there is no point in worrying about anything too much. World Gardens in Rataliska. The sesquicentennial park on the island of Rataliska was created to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the transfer of the imperial capital to Sensuka. The newly crowned Ojori III wished for his new park to emphasize the empire's role within a global context. The main portion was therefore laid out as world gardens, in which each section would be themed around a different country, with the area representing the empire, naturally enough, at the very center. Somewhat complicating the realization of this project was the fact that the empire by this time had been almost completely shut off from the outside world for over 100 years. The Italy Garden, for instance, is conceived around the premise that Italian cities are built on water, upon which the floating buildings move about like boats. This area of the park therefore consists of an artificial pond in which various miniature buildings, including an impressive leaning amphitheater, bob about amid the ducks and koi fish. The United States section is inspired by tales of a vast city of castles towering up against each other. A topiary representation of the city, a replica of the many-horned green goddess setting her torch to the world, is currently untrimmed. One of the most enchanting sections of the park is the Russia Garden, built on a terraced hillock that is meant to recall the 5 concentric walls around the Matre Osko, Russia's capital city. Running along the edge of 5 rising terraces is a circular channel of water populated by swans, a nod to the special place held by these birds in the hearts of the Russian people, who believe them to be the reincarnation of departed women.